Well, I came over to check, see how the chickens are doing. It's a cold, wet, rainy day, and it appears that the ducks are a little bit happier with the wet weather than the chickens are. But yeah, the ducks will sound off and let you know that something's around, and they're starting to kind of muddy it up in there, so we're gonna have to move the pen here soon. And these girls are gonna have to get with the program, you ducks too. All of y'all need to start laying. That's the deal. Well, it appears that somebody, and I guess somebody means me, forgot to bring the equipment to hook the GoPro up to the excavator here. So I'm going to trek through the mud here and get over to the other side. And make a mess probably. It is pretty wet, and I can already see, yeah, it's going to be nice and muddy going through here. I have to set you guys down and go through this. Make sure I got this completely in here. I'll set that down so I don't actually going straight across here. Like we're good. And I'm getting ready to get stuck. Not bad. Try to stay up here a little bit higher where it's a little bit drier. I got to come in here and put some French drains in behind this barn. That is just nasty wet. Of course, it rained all last night and today. A lot, and so I'm gonna switch this mic around. I got a little windscreen on there, and that sucker gets in the way sometimes, and then you can't see squat. But this is what I'm working on today. I'm trying to drain this out. It's an old pond. The only thing it's ever really held, I think, that I know for sure of is snakes, because when I was growing up, my neighbor used to come out here and shoot them. So and we're going to try to do this one-handed. I'll move this tire out of the way. That was something I dug out from here. You can see the culvert pipe right there. That I'm actually got to, I took that out the other day because, I mean, it's just washed out all around it. So I've got to go through there and clean that up. And there's, I think, 3 culvert pipes there, so I'm going to take that but unfortunately I can't video me doing this, but I got to dig this little ditch here as deep as what the deepest point is in here and get this to all drain out. So I'll pick it back up in just a minute and show you what I've got going on. So I'll get you back in just a minute. I don't know if you can see that right there. I don't know how good or bad this is. I found a hubcap, and that is a blade, looks like a cooling fan for a car. So I found a tire, a cooling fan, and a hubcap in here. Guys, I might be able to dig myself out a car here if I keep it up. Hopefully there's no dead bodies in it. All right, so I'm gonna keep I've got to this corner, which is as far as I could reach from the other side. I've gotten this corner clear. I'm not sure I want to try to come back down in there. That's awfully soft from the rain we had, and this thing didn't want to come up out of there too easy, and I don't want to get stuck because I can't really turn around and pull myself out, because then I'm pulling on the leach field on the septic system, and you don't want to do that. So, but there's a little corner right here where it goes off at an angle, and I've got it about bucket deep. Let's see if I can. That's about how deep I got it, to the top of the bucket. And that's about how deep it was out in the center. So I kind of came out here in the center of that and put it down, and that's about how deep it was. So I'm still not hitting the bottom. I probably could pull a lot of muck out of there, and no telling how deep this could be. But so I'm gonna track back around to the other side and try to finish digging this ditch out, and hopefully not get stuck. Yeah, I didn't film that part going down there, and basically I stretched the bucket out, stuck it in on solid ground over there, and then lifted myself up and crossed over until my back on my tracks were down there, and I put the blade down and set myself down over there so that I could cut at an angle this way. That way when the water's coming from upstream and coming down, it's not going to back up in there. It's just going to go straight down. And I'm a little deep right at the end here, and I'm probably going to have to get some water out by hand because I did that. But you can see on the other side it's already drained down considerably. There's another hubcap out there that I just revealed. There might be a car back there, but I guess I've tore up the yard enough at this point. I've got that a point to it's draining. You can see it flowing pretty good and heading downstream, and I got to make sure there's a little bit right there, but it looks like the water's still flowing right here at the beginning of that. So the water should come on out from there. I'm probably going to have some low spots in that trench because I couldn't see what I was doing because it was already full of water. And yeah, so I'm going to let that drain down, and then I've got dirt right here, and I got a big dirt pile right beside me right there, and we're going to take that and fill it in across over there. Once I get that filled in, this tree's coming out, the tree on the other side of that's coming out. I'm going to raise it up with some more fill dirt, get it all leveled in. I might install a French drain back behind that barn over here because it stays wet all the time, and the side there and even along in here. Just install some tile drains or something and get that to just dump off here in this creek, and then I'll reset those culvert pipes. Like I said, there's spinning around. There's about 3 of those, I think, and so I'm gonna dig those out and reset them, and then pack it back in because it was getting washed out. So on the upper side here, what I'm going to need to do, because when we have a hard rain, it comes in and just washes it out. So on the upper side here, I'll probably put some fabric and some riprap to shore that up, and then make sure it's clear. I think it goes on to the neighbors over there, and it's backing up over on his property. So I might talk with him and see about a few miles if I come back in there and clear that out, so everything will just drain like it should. Because I think it gets down there and it gets backed up because there's some stuff blocking the creek. And so if I can come in and clear that out, then all of this will go through like it should. I've seen a couple times heavy rain that's going over the top of my culvert pipes because it's backed up down there, and so there's no place for the water coming upstream to go. So that's what we got for now, and I'm still just doing this whenever I have opportunity. So I got it all muddy now, so I'm gonna go park it and head inside. Just wanted to do a short video, talk about what I was doing. So I didn't get much action going on. Like I said, I went off and forgot my hardware to hook it up, mount it so that I could use 2 hands to operate with while you guys watch. But we'll get some more footage here soon. I've got quite a bit more work to do, as you can see, but you can see this water's still draining off, but it's staying in the ditch, and I'm almost empty on the other side now. So I'm gonna have to get this stuff out by hand. I think I dug the ditch a little too deep, and you know, well, if I was smart, I would have brought my laser out here and then measured everything. But I honestly don't think, I think that was deeper than what the creek was here. So if I get that drained out and get some of that muck out of there, and then I can backfill it with some of this other dirt that we have, and but by God, if it would just dry out. It rains every freaking day, it seems. So I don't know that we're ever going to get dry enough to get any of this stuff done. But yeah, you can see from across over there where I tracked in that it's pretty doggone wet. So, and you know, it almost stays like that all the time. And see, I used to bush hog this back here with the tractor, and I'll just track back there and use the brush cutter for this thing. But the tractor would almost get stuck back there every time. So, well, that's what we got going, and I think we're pretty well settling out here. So I am going to head up to the house and get something to eat. Have a good one.